Sandunga no seas ingrata, mamá de mi corazón.
Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Studio de Arte. Please feel free to explore and enjoy the many works of art celebrating our exciting and vibrant Land of the Dead. To begin your tour, please step ahead and enter the gallery to your left. You have entered the exhibit of Jose Guadalupe Posada, considered by many to be the father of Mexican modern art. He inspired many famous artists throughout the world. Born in 1852 in the town of Aguascalientes, Mexico, Jose Posada began his artistic career in his early teens, learning printmaking and engraving. By the time he was 19, Posada was the head cartoonist for the paper El Jicote, the Wasp. Coincidentally, my Uncle Fernando entered the Land of the Dead after being stung by an Aguascalientes wasp. I come from a proud family with a long history of anaphylactic shock. This is Posada's La Catrina. It is perhaps the most famous example of the calaveras tradition in which Posada used skulls and skeletons to comment on all aspects of society and occupations.
Harder. Harder. Too hard!
Inspired by the city of Guanajuato, Mexico, there are two beautiful paintings by Shelley Wan. The first is the cityscape of the Land of the Dead with its multicolored buildings. The other is of the Marigold Bridge on the eve of Dia de Muertos. The brightly lit marigold petals are in stark contrast to the muted background which is shrouded in the evening's heavy atmosphere. This cityscape is by Dais Tatsumi. The painting is adorned with skeletal images and captures the verticality of the Land of the Dead. You might notice that many of the towers and buildings are connected by bridges that are precarious at best. You see, in a place where you can't hurt yourself, the local municipality doesn't really focus on safety issues.
Hey! No touching! You are not a good listener.
In this section of the tour, you can see a number of fun character designs by various artists such as Ruhi Galstian's wonderful wedding cake calacas and mariachi band paintings. The skeleton in the middle reminds me of my nephew, Claudio. He splits his time playing mariachi music and touring with his underground punk band, the Hostile Intercostals. Also included here are wonderful paintings and character studies by Carter Goodrich, Travis Ruiz, and Daniel Arriaga. Here you'll find the mural by Ana Ramirez of a beautiful esqueleto with a child. The child seems to be part of the pattern on her dress. Born in León, Mexico, Señora Ramirez has carried on the rich tradition of Mexican muralism by creating this and other beautiful murals all over our city. Below the mural, you can see an illustration of the Plaza de la Cruz by Tim Evatt. Each year on the eve of Dia de los Muertos, a talent show is held there and the winner is awarded the honor to perform at De La Cruz's Sunrise Spectacular. My Aunt Carmela won a couple years ago for her experimental jazz set on spoons. This is an illustration by Harley Jessup of our Department of Family Reunions. Here, questions regarding ofrenda photos and other family issues are handled and recorded. Bureaucratically, is very similar to the Department of Motor Vehicles in the Land of the Living. We also have a Department of Motor Vehicles which my Aunt Gloria refers to as the third death. Because if being forgotten doesn't get you, waiting there for a license renewal will. This painting shows a skull at the end of a typical-looking alleyway here in the Land of the Dead. The artist cleverly uses papel picado banners for the skull's eyes. Is it just me, or do they seem to follow you around the room? If you look back toward the entrance, you can see another skull illusion suspended from the ceiling. Now we have a special treat for you. As you already know, here in the Land of the Dead, we love our sugar skull motifs. It's a tradition to paint our own faces with colorful patterns and designs. If you like, you can decorate your face. To get started, pop your head off and place it on the table. Once your head is on the table, feel free to paint it however you please. Don't forget to grab your head when you're done. Seriously, you don't want to be stuck staring at the inside of the lost and found box? Here is a fanciful bust of the monstrously funny film director Pedro Doctor. To the right, you'll find a sculpture of the alebrije, or spirit animal, Pepita, by Greg Dykstra. By your attire, I can see you've already visited Ceci's costume shop. Here you can see the famous costume designer hard at work. This emotional painting by Daniel Arriaga shows Chicharron resting in his hammock. I often wonder what he might be dreaming. Chicharron, not Senor Arriaga. Just to be clear. Just behind the curtain, you can see an artist painting his muse, but you'll have to be quiet so as not to break their concentration. I once posed for him for over 6 hours. My left gluteal tuberosity is still numb. But I digress. This is a wonderful example of cubism by the artist Jason Merck of a mariachi with a missing tooth. I use this painting as a teaching moment for my nephew about good dental hygiene, which is still important here in the Land of the Dead. Lining the hallway, you'll find Skull Illusion Landscapes by Sonia Saskia. There's a quiet interior scene with a skull window and a painting of the giant tule tree with a skull hidden in its branches.